First Take fam, I wasn't lying, all right? You got to wait sometimes for greatness. We welcome in award-winning actor, comedian, writer, all the slashes, Philly fan, executive producer, star of Fight Night, now streaming on Peacock. You just saw a clip of it. The one and only, our guy. Hi, Kevin.
How you doing, Molly? I'll say hi to you nicely. I'm sorry.
Thank
I
you.
apologize
Hi,
to you,
Kevin.
Molly. I don't apologize to him. He can wait.
Fa-
You, Molly, I feel bad.
Absolutely.
He
At
can wait. All right?
same
He
page,
can
you and
sit
I,
there
seeing eye to
and
eye.
wait. But you and me, I would never, and you know it has to be something drastic for me to
Yes.
ever push the schedule back. But he gets no explanation. None. Ever. He can wait.
Why you wearing
Sorry.
shades in the morning?
Let
It's
him
called
live.
a long night. Why don't you get off my ass, man? Let me live my
Exactly.
life. Okay?
Exactly.
Let me live
Let
my
him breathe.
life. Yeah,
I'm
Jesus,
sorry,
man.
Kevin.
What's your
I
issue?
apologize for him. I really
What's your
apologize.
issue? I don't ask
And then
you about your goddamn mustache or your hairline in the morning. I didn't ask why they did that. Let me live my life. Goodness gracious.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. All right, Kevin, I really want to talk to you about all things Philly because your squad's looking good. But first, we got to
Yes.
talk about this show. We had
Yeah.
Will Packer on. This is a epic cast fight night based on true events of the night of Muhammad Ali's historic comeback in 1970. Kevin, I know how busy you are, how many projects. Why was
Yes.
this important for you to be involved in?
I don't think that there's a better story that should have been told a long time ago. I think the story of Fight Night and the reason behind it means so much more. You're talking about entrepreneur. You're talking about a dreamer that was based in Atlanta that saw the city being so much more than what it was at that time, and that vision had to be met with action. Unfortunately, he bit off more than he could chew, which caused one of the biggest consequences of life. That became one of the biggest stories. And I got to credit my partner and Will Packer in finding the story, being a part of the development in the early stages, and then bringing it to me and saying, "Kev, this is something we have to do." And I said, to do it, we got to do it right. We got to make sure it's grounded, it's real, but more importantly, it's packed with the star power and presentation of our culture that we know this story deserves. And that's exactly what we did. We delivered on all levels, and right now it's available on Peacock. And I think our audience, our fan base, is going to be blown away by what this series is. The performances from Sam, Taraji, Don Cheadle, Terrence Howard, Chloe Bailey, Lori Harvey. I mean, look, the list goes on and on
Wow,
of
star-studded.
star power, legends, and future star power. But it's something that was necessary, to answer the question in short.
Kevin, talk about your character, Chicken Man, and what it was like to embrace that role and how challenging that was for you.
I mean, it's a period piece. So comedy was not the goal here. It's a drama. This is a drama filled with dramedy like moments, meaning that there's comedic moments, but they're in the early stages before the wheels actually get rolling and spinning and spiraling. I think the character of Chicken Man was something that I gravitated towards because of my admiration for the person. I relate to the hustle, I relate to the dream, and I relate to the idea of the want. And as a person who saw and believed in things that nobody else saw for me, the goal of getting there was the only goal. And
Yeah.
to relate to that, you have to be that. And I think that's where my understanding of a Chicken Man grew levels and beyond. And while I was able to elevate the performance, take on the performance, and really, really like nurture the world of what it presented.
Well, you certainly know how to hustle and dream big and achieve those dreams. Kevin, let's talk a little NFL. Season kicks
Let's
off
go.
tonight. AFC Championship
go.
rematch. So the producers asked us for our Super Bowl predictions later in the show, and I was on the struggle bus between your Eagles, and I'm also kind of a Jordan Love Packers fan. I'll give that answer a little later in the show. Also got to mention one other thing. As a Giants fan, I cannot believe we just let you get Saquon Barkley go right up down the road, doesn't even have to move his house.
Should.
It's unbelievable.
You should.
Kevin,
You should believe that.
how do you feel about your team? Like, our Super Bowl, what are you thinking?
Well, let's talk about Saquon Barkley and
Okay.
Saquon Barkley coming to the Eagles. And let's acknowledge the one thing that is the elephant in the room, which is that the Giants are idiots. To let
Stop.
Saquon Barkley go shows how stupid that organization is. What idiots, idiots, to let one of the best running backs of our time,
Face
of our
of the
generation,
team.
leave. that organization and come to Philadelphia to not only be in your division, but be your rival and possibly destroy you. What do you do in that management office? How do you handle that conversation? I'll handle it for you by telling yourself you're idiots. All of you are idiots. Fly, Eagles, fly. We'll fly better with Saquon, which is why I feel strong about our Super Bowl pick. Also, when you talk about our wide receiving core, you talk about our offensive line, you talk about our defensive line. More importantly, you talk about our cornerbacks. You talk about what we pretty much have established over the course of 4 seasons of collaboration and want and need. We now have all the pieces to our puzzle, and there's no excuses. We will be in a Super Bowl. By the way, if you go check the Vegas bets, we are a favorite. Like, we're up in that top, I think the top 3 of choices right now. And it
I'll
shows.
let you go because why pay all of this money and we ain't going to win no damn games. So that's why they actually did Saquon Barkley a favor, and you let him go to a division rival that's obviously superior to you, which is the Philadelphia Eagles. Having said all of that, Kevin Hart, I want to know, is there anything motivational that you have said or that you want to say to the Philadelphia Eagles? Because most people might not know this, but I know how upset you were at how things went down last year. You were very, very upset. You didn't walk into the playoff game against Tampa very, very confident. A matter of fact, I recall damn near having to stop you from crying before the game because that's how despondent and depressed you were about their prospects. What are you doing about that now?
First of all, Stephen A., when me and you talk privately, I start all those conversations by saying off the record. But for you to say that right now, it really does disturb me. It pisses me off that you're letting out private conversation to the world. But here's
Oh,
what I
this
will
is off the record,
Actually, you
Kevin.
said it on first take, too. That's why I said it. But go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Here's what I will say. I don't have to motivate an establishment that knows their why. We know how close we were. We know what we messed up. We know what we should have did. The motivation, well, that's given to people that need it. The Eagles don't need motivation. The Eagles now need a Super Bowl. And we have an alignment of superstars. We have an alignment of talent that have put us in the best position to get that. So when you talk about Kevin Hart and you talk about a Philadelphia native, I am what we are. I'm a winner. And you know what we do in the city of brotherly love? We win, Stephen A. Whether it's now, tomorrow, or the day after, we will get there. So between my Philadelphia Eagles, by the way, who play tonight, we're talking about a season opener, which I'm very excited about because we start off with a bang and the bang goes boom tonight. Tonight. And I will fly.
Tomorrow.
My wings will flap. Well,
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow.
All right.
You know where that
Molly,
game
what's
is,
your
by
age?
the way. You know where that game is. Kevin, you and I are on the same team, all right? Don't create division right now. Don't create.
I was going to go.
It's
I was going to go to Brazil.
It's in Brazil. It's in Brazil.
It's
Kevin.
in Brazil tomorrow, Friday, yes.
Well, the only reason why I did not go is because I had to work. That's the only reason why I didn't go.
Well, I mean, you Kevin Hart. I mean, you couldn't get a couple of days off so you could fly there and fly back for the game. I mean, they might need you. They might need you.
I couldn't
They
get a
might
couple
need you
days
going
off
up against
because
Gordon Love.
I'm only premiering the biggest series of my life, Stephen A.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm only
Called
premiering
priorities.
the best thing that I've done in my acting career.
Ain't that tonight?
Aligned with the biggest
His
and best
show is
talent.
tonight. Guys, let's not screw this up. His show's tonight.
That's
let's
what I'm
not
saying.
confuse
That's
us.
tonight.
Kevin, there's a lot of things we could talk about. I'm going to let you pick. I want to talk about the Tom Brady roast, if you think Stephen A. could handle something like that.
Oh, no.
I mean, I want to talk about, did you see Ludacris throw out the first pitch? There's a lot of ways we could. We could talk about your Sixers getting Paul George. You pick. What are you hot on?
All right, watch this. And this is just me knowing media, Molly, because I know what you want to hear. Paul George being on the Sixers is a very big deal. Paul George, Joel Embiid, and Maxey will be a conversation throughout the basketball season. Ludacris throwing out the first pitch, diabolical. I want the footage removed. I don't want people to be able to look at that video ever again. That's my brother, and I'm here to protect him. Tom Brady roast, a success it was. Stephen A. Smith. Oh boy, when you talk about the world of conversation attached to what a lot of people have to say and want to say, well, man, you need somebody. Boy, oh boy, would Stephen A. Smith be the perfect somebody. Stephen A.
No, would you do
it's hard to get me to come back to host another live event like that. But for you, Stephen A.,
Kevin,
I
would you host it?
What? Would I host it? If you think I said, get your bleep button, fuck Tom Brady enough, wait till you hear what I say about Stephen A. Smith. I mean, do the dialogue attached to Stephen A. Smith. By the way, the timeline of this live event
be
would have to
epic.
match the span in space and his hairline. You know how long that would be? We got to go 4 hours. 4 hours. This is a live event. Stephen A., if you tell me you'll do a live roast, I'll commit right now to saying I'll host it. Stephen A.
You wouldn't
No.
do it?
Hell no.
What if we give you a couple off limits things?
No. I wouldn't trust
No,
it.
no,
First of all,
no off limits.
Kev,
Come on,
understand. First of all,
Kevin.
no. If you're going to do it right. If I were to do it, there wouldn't be anything off limits. That's why I'm not going to do it. Okay. Secondly, everybody wanted me to do it except my sister Carmen stepped in and said, hell no. Third, Kevin Hart, you had a few people that were critics out there. Let me say this for you. They kiss you know what. You did a great job. That was damn it, that was epic. Y'all did a hell of a job with that.
Hilarious.
You know, I reached out to you immediately. You did a hell of a job, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to do a roast. That's how you do a roast. That was spectacular.
Well, that's how you do it.
It was
And
spectacular.
Stephen A., I got to take a moment, man, to shout out. I just want to shout out my brother, Tom Brady. Me and Tom are very close, have been very close. Tom sat in that seat and was okay with the heat that came. After dialogue, conversation, all presented itself. Yeah. But to your point, Stephen A., if you're going to do a roast, do the roast. It's to present the world of hard comedy, tough comedy, and make people laugh, but make people be okay with being uncomfortable. We achieve that goal.
I'm told we have to let you go. You have a million other media responsibilities. But by the way you just answered all 3 questions, Kevin, come on, who's better than you?
He
remembered everything I said. Regurgitate. You gave me all the answers.
I want the glasses.
I know you want Molly, and let me tell you something.
Yeah.
First Take does not have a take without Molly. I know that man over there is getting a lot of
I'm going to need you to say that again. I'm also going to need you to tweet that,
send that to executives. And more importantly, he heard me. You are not a Batman without a Robin. Love you, Molly.
Thank you, Kevin.